found, first of all, that many of them had no part in the so-called massacre at all. And then a number of others did it, but they were commanded to do so, and under the eyes of their commander, they had to obey. But I think the thing that won the cases for him, because each of these cases was handled individually, the 75 cases, of course, dealt with very quickly, each one, but the third thing was very telling, I believe. And that was that there had been some Americans who, on the far side of the field, were running, seeking to escape. And one of the German sergeants fired a warning shot in the air. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. Because when he did that, somebody thought, uh-oh, things have broken loose. And a couple of rifles sounded out. And first thing you know, the machine guns were going, and a number of men were cut down. Not all 100 or so, but as I read, at least 41 were killed. Well, the news went all over America, and Americans from coast to coast, sure that the SS were bad, bad men. They were crying for the blood of those Germans from New York to San Francisco and in the South. Colonel Everett, interviewing each of the prisoners, however, found the truth, and he conducted such a skillful defense that he got 32 of the 75 Germans off. And of the other 43, none were hanged as they were sentenced to be. All of their sentences were commuted to jail time, and all of them escaped the death penalty. And by 1956, all of them had been released again into German society. Now, Everett was very, very careful man. He didn't believe they were guilty, obviously. He was their defender. His opponent, the prosecutor, was a very experienced man, while Everett himself had never been a trial lawyer. But he burned the midnight oil. He was given only 2 weeks to prepare, and among his difficulties was the fact that he not only had American assistants, but he also had some German assistants, and he was not familiar with the German language. So can you imagine all of those barriers between him and a successful defense? And yet, with his skill and his knowledge and his commitment to hard work, he did it, and he won the cases of these prisoners. Now you may say, well, that's an inconsequential thing, and yet I count it as a great joy to relate it, because to me it is a wonderful example of American, impartial American justice. Okay?